Hell are they supposed to listen to the fan base whose one portion is saying that they want to see Hugo, another one is saying that they don't want him, some are saying that they want futuristic setting, some wants to see Macula's origin, some are saying that they don't want the third game at all. Bruh, like what the devs are supposed to do now? Because in this case we can't even apply the majority wins law because there is no majority here. All of them are arguing with each other so that they could justify themselves. And they claim that our fan base is friendly and non-toxic. This kind of fan base is what I hate the most because it totally snatches the developers' right to use their own creativity. Because if you have got a fan base like this, then how the hell you are supposed to think freely? As I have said before, they are completely clueless and instead of accepting the fact that they are clueless, they are developing an obsession with the game and their theories. I am repeating myself, I am not against making theories. I am against obsession because obsession only leads to disappointment. Unlike you, who have smoked Plague Tale so much that you can't see anything beyond it. I am saying all this because I am a big fan of APT and I don't want these kind of people who ruin the image of its community. In the end, I will only say that there's a difference in being a fan and in being a toxic cuck. Please try and explore other games before saying that none game is better than this game or that game, because gaming is not about making a particular game superior without playing other games. So before declaring that APT is the best, kindly think twice, because there's no such thing as best game ever in the current period. Before moving forward, let me explain you one simple thing. When a person plays a game or watches a movie or a web show, and when they really starts to root for the game or web show, they decide to support it by following the cast and the studio on socials. They like it so much that they start to call themselves a fan, and they want to meet more people like them and also want to discuss many things about their favorite fiction. So they decide to join its community on social media platforms such as Discord and Reddit, and hence thousands of people like this gathers and form a fandom. Now, I only mentioned Reddit and Discord because if you want to create a community, then they are the best socials for that. Currently, no social media exists which is more interactive than these two. So, if you want to create a community of your own or for your favorite video game, then these two are the best platforms for that. Now you must be wondering that why there is Plague Tale mentioned in title and thumbnail. Well, I think that you are aware of the video which I made a couple of months ago. If not, then it's okay, because that video is not that good, so I won't say to go and watch it. I can clear here only that what I talked about in that video. Basically, I said that Plague Tale's fandom's toxicity is increasing day by day, and it's fighting among itself due to the uncertainty of Requiem's ending. Now, what I personally hate about that video is that it was only based on claims. Like, I only claimed that the fandom is toxic without giving any evidence about it. So, I kept that thing in mind and decided to talk with evidence. If you wanna wonder that why I am against the fandom and why I constantly say that there's a division among the fan base and it's pretty toxic as well. Well, there's a simple answer to this question, and that is that I absolutely love Plague Tale series, and I don't want these toxic cucks to ruin the image of its fandom, and more importantly, they ruin the fandom of Plague Tale. So, as someone who loves gaming and is fond of story-driven games like Plague Tale, I can't really see its fandom going in a downfall, right? I can't just sit back and do nothing, otherwise I will prove myself to be a fake fan of Plague Tale. And I absolutely hate when because of some people the whole fandom's reputation has to get affected. The screenshot which you are seeing currently on your screen is taken from the one and only subreddit of Plague Tale, and you can also see the upvotes on these messages. I am repeating this. This is from the subreddit of Plague Tale. You can see that people who liked the game are saying such things about it and are comparing it to Last of Us 2's fanbase. But don't you guys hate it when someone compares your favorite game with Last of Us 2? Am I right, huh? Plague Tale Discord. Anyways, I will definitely smack you later in this video. Let me just finish this point first really quick. Is that alright? My little cute Plague Tales? Okay, I showed you guys that how people of Plague Tales Reddit are comparing its community with Last of Us 2's community. This comparison is done by the people who consider themselves to be a huge admirer of Plague Tale. And you can see the upvotes too. They are even saying that the fandom is toxic, which it is. Now, some of you might say that, hey man, just shake it off. Why focus on the negative? The game's fanbase has non-toxic people too. So for these people, I will only say one thing, that even a small toxic portion of a fanbase can influence the entire fanbase. If you know anything about content creation, game development and about influencing, then you are probably getting what I'm trying to say. Because even a little amount of toxicity can affect the creator by decreasing their morale and by destroying their reputation. It affects the creator mentally. Let me explain you with an example. Suppose you're a YouTuber who has got decent amount of subscribers and watch time. You are really interactive with your audience and they are wholesome too. Now assume that a fellow YouTuber who has got lesser subscribers and reach than you made a video in which they are offering a constructive criticism for you. And you, despite being known that it's against you, agreed with most of their points and decides to keep their points in mind and improve. So you don't mind the other creators' video on you. In fact, you start to admire them. But a small portion of your audience goes to the other creators' social and starts giving them threats. They abuse in their comment section and in DMs of their other socials. So our small creators feels really bad about this and decides to post in their community tab where they explain that how the bigger creators people were giving him or her death threats. Now what will happen? Well, then the message will spread that your community is toxic and it will even start your downfall and will put you into a cloud of negativity. So I think that you have seen that how even a small toxic portion of a fandom can affect the creator. If you will put a drop of poison in a glass full of milk, then that drop will end up making the entire milk poisonous. Remember that. Okay, so now let's move on to the next segment of the video, which is Discord. Up until now I was just clearing some basics and was doing warm up. The real smacking will begin now. Plague Tale's official Discord server. This server has more than 11,000 members, in which there are more than 1,500 people who are there for Plague Tale, but most of them are lurkers and inactive members. And many people got banned there without any apparent reason, and many people left it too. Some members who used to be active, but they went quiet for some reason and never came back in any of the channels. Why do you think that all those members who used to be active went quiet all of a sudden? And why did the members who were present there before the release of Requiem started to leave the server? Did they dislike Plague Tale Requiem? If that was the case, then they could have been more open about it by expressing themselves in the chat, but they didn't. So was it because of the toxicity of server members? Let's find out. Oh, wait a minute. But our people claim that it's one of the most chill Discord communities and other ones are meh. And they are also saying that civil discussions happen here. Okay, let's see how civil this community is. Before the smacking starts, let me tell you that this is the official Discord for Plague Tale, and you can even find Azobo Studios and Focus Interactive staff members in it. So it is the official Discord of Plague Tale. And let me clear another thing, that this video is not against Plague Tale and neither this is against Azobo, Focus Interactive or any cast of Plague Tale. This is simply against toxicity. That's all. So now sit back, relax, and watch me do the beating. Okay, so I think that all of you are aware that Anna Dimitriou and Charlotte McBurney did a collaboration in past and held a Q&A. And Charlotte, who is the voice actress of Amicia the Rune, played a Plague Tale Requiem. She said that she doesn't have much knowledge about video games. She barely played any game in her life. So, she accepted that she's not a gamer. Now after hearing this from Charlotte, a person who has got common sense and a brain will say that it's totally understandable. I mean, you don't have experience in gaming, it's obvious that your skills are going to be bad, but you will be able to improve yourself eventually, am I right? Well, I am, because more than half of the people who watched her playing the game had the same attitude, and it's pretty obvious too. But do you know what our civil and chill server says about that? I find watching Charlotte play the game painful AF. Same, it's funny at the same time too. Wow, I mean, first, you are claiming yourself to be a fan of her. Second, you are crying when she didn't got the award. And then you are trash talking about her. Wow, just wow. And even after this person said this, no one, literally nobody came to point out his message except this person. Other than them, all of the chat's members didn't said a single word. I swear, for the first time I'm seeing a community which is made for a specific game and somebody who claims to be a fan of the same game's main character starts to trash talk about its voice actor due to something which is really obvious, and all the members who are fan of the same main character and claim to be the supporter of its voice actor about which the other guy was talking shit didn't even stood for their actor. Talk about a disloyal community. The guy literally disrespected their best V of the year, according to them, publicly in front of them, and that too in a community which is specifically made for the game in which that VA played the main character. Now I know they will say that they were just giving their opinion. Where? Opinion means something which is based on facts and proper research. Do you literally see any facts in this statement? If you do, then your eyes are infrared or something, because this is simply trash talking. And even if we assume it to be opinion, then also it can be proven wrong very easily. First of all, it was a live stream, so it was obvious that gaming and reading chats will happen side by side. And this stream was Charlotte's first stream, and the watching was really high when it was happening. So imagine now that somebody who barely knows anything about gaming first time plays a game in a live stream in front of thousands of people and easily manages her personality and body language. It is rather impressive instead of painful. And Mars, who is one of the biggest female gaming content creators, also joined the stream and appreciated them. Not only this, the viewers and APT fans were really happy to see Charlotte playing the game, and they didn't had any problem with it because they knew that she's not a gamer, because this is how common sense works. Now if you don't have it, then it's your fault. You're the one who lacks patience, idiot. I am not blaming her, it is what it is. It's just painful watching someone struggle so much. First of all, this dude blames her, and after that doesn't even accept that he's blaming her. Like, what the hell? Suppose I'm saying that your mind is full of dirt and shit, but after that I say that I'm not blaming you, it is what it is. This Discord community is full of cucks. I am not blaming you, it is what it is. Hey mom, you're a really narrow-minded woman who shouts a lot. I am not blaming you, it is what it... If it was me, I would have given her keyboard and mouse. Oh, so apparently, if a non-gamer plays a game with keyboard and mouse instead of a controller, then a mutation will happen in that non-gamer. The higher powers will grant him or her a blessing, and they will automatically become a gamer. Wow, just wow. Today I have gathered all the divine knowledge, and that from a true prophet. A big salute from me. Even if we change the platform or joystick, the non-gamer will still make mistakes. It will only make the controls easier till a limit. Use some brain which is full of haze. Okay, well, I think that you guys are aware with streaming, and you probably follow a lot of streamers and even watch and support them regularly. Now, do you want to know that what our civil Discord server says about streaming? Women are more community focused, so they care more about their viewers, harder to focus. Men usually care less and immerse themselves into the game. Oh, Andrew Tate fan, women care more about their viewers. From where did you got this data, huh? Did you did some sort of survey? Or did you conducted a psychological study about this? If you did a survey, then where's the statistical data? And if you did a psychological study, then where's the research paper? If you did none of the above and you are making this claim without any evidence, then GTFO. You are indirectly trying to say that women care more about their views and they don't show emotions. What the hell is this then? Did all these cried because they ate Packy one? Think twice before making any stupid claim. And look at the other members. They didn't even dare to speak against this. These conversations are literally trying to say that all female streamers stream because of only views and not to experience the game. Wow, like you don't got any shame or something saying a stupid shit like this publicly without any evidence or proof. They can sure type a lot of long paragraphs, but when it comes to correct someone, the rats hide in their nests. Look, whenever someone says anything wrong, as a human, it's our right and duty to correct him or her, at least if they come in your range of contact. Because this is how humanity works. This is how a moral society is established. Now, if you are not correcting him or her, then it only means that either you agree with him or her and has got a sick mentality like them, or either you are scared of them. And in this case, some people are putting the tag of hungry for viewers on all the female streamers, which is really wrong and shameful. And none of the members corrected them, which only means that they agree with them and have got a trash mentality like them. Now I know they will say that, bro, a fight would have been started if they confronted them. Yeah, it may would have started. So what? If a fight is starting over correcting someone, then what's wrong with that? Nothing is wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong in arguing with someone and pointing out their wrongs and mistakes if their statement is wrong. This is the basic right of every human being. And if you are not doing this because you want the chat to be peaceful, then let me tell you that there's a difference in peace and stupidity. If you are not pointing out and speaking against something which is happening right in front of you and is also somewhat promotes misogyny, then you should be highly ashamed of yourself. And especially to the women who were present in the chat when this was happening and didn't spoke a single word for this person. Well, I would like to give you an applause. Have some shame, please. I know some of you will say that you have edited the chats, you have manipulated the chats. Then let me clear one thing, that chat manipulation cannot be done via mobile. And these chat screenshots are taken from mobile. Here you can see these icons. These icons are only available on Discord mobile. And I mainly use Discord on my phone only. And chat manipulation can only be done with the help of a PC. So kindly check your facts. Now, our civil community has also offered some so-called criticisms for streaming. Let's take a look. Streaming kills gaming. Okay, in what way it kills gaming? Huh? In what kind of way it kills gaming? Kindly provide an explanation. My god, I can't just imagine how someone can be this stupid. If streaming kills gaming, then why the hell there's a platform which is specifically made for video game streaming? Do you have any idea that how much streaming has revolutionized gaming? Many people who were not aware of gaming got into gaming because of it. Not only this, streaming had played a huge role in making esports popular. Half of the gaming industry, which we are seeing today, wouldn't have existed if it was not for streaming. And you know what? Let me just show you. An October 2022 survey found that 33% of gamers in the United States felt that viewing gameplay videos of game content on YouTube and Twitch is an important factor when making game purchasing decisions. Among respondents aged 18 to 34 years, 25% stated that gameplay video content was a very important factor for them. Developers now tend to design games with streaming in mind. Features like spectator modes and easy to use streaming tools have grown in prominence. Even software and hardware for streaming are heavily on the rise. Developers are also paying more attention to how their games will look and play on stream. There's no doubt that this can have a big impact on how popular a game becomes. Another way in which streaming services are impacting the gaming industry is through the creation of new gaming communities. Platforms like Twitch and YouTube provide a space for gamers to connect with each other and share their experiences. This has led to the formation of new communities around specific games. Your Plague Tale comes under this, with players sharing tips, strategies, and other insights with each other. Streaming services have also had a significant impact on the way that games are marketed and promoted. In the past, game developers relied on traditional marketing channels like TV ads and print publications to promote their games. With the rise of streaming platforms, however, game developers can now promote their games directly to gamers through sponsored streams and other types of content. Another way that streaming services are changing the gaming industry is through the emergence of new business models. In the past, game developers relied on sales of physical copies or digital downloads to generate revenue. With the rise of streaming platforms, however, new revenue streams have emerged, such as subscriptions and donations. These platforms allow viewers to subscribe to their favorite streamers, providing them with access to exclusive content and other perks. The game streaming market is valued at 9.42 billion in the base year and is expected to grow at a, I don't know what that means, sorry, of 10.79% during the forecast period to become 15.72 billion by the next 5 years. See, streaming kills gaming, like didn't even thought twice before saying streaming kills gaming. It doesn't end here. Our Almighty has more to say, at least for games like Requiem. Oh, so Requiem would have been more famous if streaming never existed? This is what you mean? See, this is how much a Plague Tale Requiem performed on Twitch this year. And these statistics are of this year. Unfortunately, I couldn't find last year one, so sorry about that. But streaming definitely helped Requiem in completing 1 million players, because it was one of the most anticipated games of October 2022. So it caught the eye of streamers who mainly stream single player games. And through those streamers, the viewers got to know about it, and this is how it spread. In fact, every game spread like this. Stray, which was an indie game of 2022, became famous because of streaming only. However, its concept played an important role too. But it was streaming all along, with the help of which it was able to get the spotlight. Cuphead is another example. Just like this, there are dozens of games who gained a huge popularity because of streaming only. And in Requiem's case, did you really thought that it would have made its way at the awards without Twitch and streamers? If yes, then who the hell are all these, huh? These are all the gamers who streamed Plague Tale Requiem on Twitch, and they even cried at the ending. And those tears weren't fake at all, okay? You can find these playthroughs on YouTube too, but they were originally streamed on Twitch. So saying that streamers don't show emotions is something which only a brainless person would say, because all these streamers played this game passionately. You can check out their streams or playthroughs on YouTube. Phew. Okay, let's see what else they have to say. You can't be yourself while playing the game. Okay, first of all, let me explain streaming really quick. Suppose you want to record a gameplay walkthrough with commentary. Now either you can keep it simple, you don't have to crack unnecessary jokes and comments, you can be yourself and not pretend, or you can make a scripted walkthrough. You can pre-plan before recording your gameplay. Like you can decide that at what moment you are going to make a comment or a joke. For example, at this particular moment in the game you are going to say this, and at that particular moment in the game you are going to say that. Almost all gamers and let's play YouTubers prefer the first option, because that's much more genuine and is also considered good. However, going with second option is not a bad move. It can be used to make a lot of entertaining content, but it is not advised to use if you want to become a let's play YouTuber. But when you want to become a streamer, this doesn't apply, because you will be live in front of thousands of people. So making a fake personality is definitely not the way to go, because not only it will provide a dissatisfaction to you, but it will also disappoint your viewers, because You can't maintain a fake personality for a long period of time. And if you do, then you will lost the motivation to continue to do streaming. I actually talked with a streamer whose name is Snacksen about this almost 10 years ago. Unfortunately, I don't have the screenshots on me right now, but you can join her server and can ask her about streaming. She told me that you should always be yourself when you are in front of the camera, recording a gameplay or streaming it. And you know what? This was the basic information which I learned about streaming that day. You can ask Snacksen or any other streamer in the streaming community about this. I can guarantee that all of them will say the same thing which Snacksen told me, and that is be yourself. Go and try asking any streamer, okay? And about sinking into the game, all these streamers cried because they were sinking into the game. Why would they cry in the first place if they weren't focusing on the game story? Did they use some sort of eye drops for crying? I mean, if a person is crying at the game's ending, then it's pretty obvious that they were immersed into the story and developed a bond with the game and its characters. It's sad that I have to come to mic and explain such a simple and obvious thing. Let's see what more they have got to say. People are always thinking, what if I cry, what if I don't, what will viewers say? First of all, how do you know that all streamers think this while playing games? Yeah, it might happen in streamers who are new to streaming, but I don't think so that the experienced streamers think like this. And even if they think like this, then what's the problem in that? This thinking is very common among content creators. As a creator, even I think like this. And it's pretty natural when you are making content on any platform. Now, you might not know shit about content creating and streaming, then that's your problem, not mine. Because even if we assume for a second that streamers had this mindset while playing Requiem, then that still didn't prevented them from maintaining their originality. Because if they lost their originality, then they wouldn't have cried at the ending. And I don't think so that any experienced streamer goes through this. And even if they do, then it doesn't affect them that much as compared to new streamers. It's more like an anxiety which fades away with time. So even if streamers think like this, then it doesn't necessarily affects their originality, especially experienced streamers. And I don't know that how did you came to this conclusion that all streamers think like this. Are you some sort of mind reader? Next time think twice before saying anything. Okay, let's move on now. Can't play the game for more than 10 minutes. Which streamer are you talking about here? If you are talking about Requiem streamers, then here are the streamers who streamed it on Twitch. None of these read chats in every 10 minutes, and even if they did, then also it didn't lasted very long. And let me clear you one thing, that what is interruption for you is interaction for them. So they are just doing their job, which is to interact with their viewers while focusing on the game at the same time too. And not all streamers read chats in every 10 minutes. Many read them after reaching a specific checkpoint in a game, and then they continue with the game again and read them only after reaching a checkpoint. Many read them after a gap of half an hour. 10 minutes is just an over exaggeration here. The next guy is literally saying the same thing which the above one said. They just chat shit while important stuff is happening. I have already said this, that this is how interacting with viewers work. Streamers share their experience of game with their viewers, and streaming is just another form of content creating, where you have to interact with your viewers in order to develop a strong bond with them, so that you will be able to create a chill community. The reason why streamers read their chats is that they want to interact with their viewers and want to develop a connection with their viewers, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And it's not like they completely ignore the game. In some cases, they even tell their audience that they want to focus on the game, so kindly let them do. And if all the streamers stopped reading chats, then the entire streaming community will collapse, because it's the viewers who build the creator. And if you are not respecting them, then you can never become a content creator. I hope your single-celled brain is able to understand what I'm saying. Sometimes it feels like they aren't taking the game seriously. Yeah, that's why they cried, right? Because they weren't taking the game seriously. Yeah, Requiem probably isn't the best game to stream because you want to have that engagement with whoever is watching you, but it means sacrificing concentration on the story. People are more bothered by who is watching and engaging. Better off playing something fun and dumb without a strong storyline. First of all, who said that Requiem is the best game to stream? Secondly, it's possible to keep concentration on story and at the same time engaging with the viewers. And here's the proof. All these streamers appreciated Requiem. People are more bothered by who is watching and engaging. I don't think so that bothered is the right word to use here. I would rather say interested should be the word. Anyways, even if they are bothered or interested or whatever by joining of new members, then what's wrong in that? I don't think so that taking interest in your viewers is a bad thing at all. In fact, it's a rather good thing. And this totally doesn't affect the streamer's gameplay. Because like I have said that they read chats after reaching a specific checkpoint in the game. And even if they thank someone in the middle of a cutscene or a crucial moment in the gameplay, then that only lasts like a second. Like they just say thanks and they move on. You can try watching a bunch of Anna's streams if you want to find out about it. Oh wait, you actually did? I tried to watch a couple streams of Anna playing RDR2 and immediately got bored. Annoying stream effects, constant distractions, taking too much time and not paying attention to the game. You know what? It looks like you joined the stream in the middle when an hour or two had already passed. And then you watched it for like 20-30 minutes or even less and then you left. So if you joined the stream at the wrong time, then that's your fault, not Anna's fault. And you know what? Her RDR2 walkthrough is available on YouTube now. Watch it and try to get into it and then say okay. And the thing which is distraction for you is interaction for Anna. A good streamer is a streamer who interacts with their audience and also manages to be attentive towards the game. And I have watched Anna playing RDR2. Not all the parts though, they are still in my backlog, but I can say that Anna is a really good streamer. Her interaction with her viewers and community is really impressive to see. I don't know what you were smoking before you came to this judgment that Anna's streams are boring. Like seriously, this is the first community I have seen who are trash talking about their own favorite games cast members. First Charlotte, now Anna. They didn't even left Kit Corner. Let me show you this. Anybody have an idea why the only proof that Kit Corner was in APTR is literally just the credits and the announcement photos of voice actors? Like he talked nowhere about it. Is he ashamed of the role? First I thought that he's not a public person, but then I checked his social networks and changed my mind. Like Logan, but he's not. I guess he just doesn't care. Yeah, probably. Okay, so firstly, let's see who the hell is Kit Corner. Kit Corner. He's an English actor who starred in Heartstopper as well as in many other movies and even received the Children's and Family Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Performance for that. In October 2022, the same month in which Requiem was released, they came out as bisexual. The problem was that he was forced to come out. Forcing anybody to come out is not right. And not only this, he was even harassed on Twitter. Kit has 5 million followers on Instagram. Even if I combine the followers of Focus Interactive, Azobo Studio, Charlotte and Anna, even then we are far from getting that number. Please note that I do not intend to disrespect anyone who I have mentioned above. I was trying to give an idea that how big actor Kit Corner is as compared to the other cast. So, big actor means more job and less time. So Kit doesn't have time to post on socials about your Plague Tale, okay? And I'm surprised that you expected him to post stuff about it. He's rarely active on Instagram. He hasn't even posted much about Heartstopper, which is the series due to which he received an award. Then how did you expect it that he'll post anything about Plague Tale? And not everyone has time to post about Plague Tale. They have got a life, okay? But that doesn't mean that he's ashamed of the role or he doesn't care. How did you even came to the conclusion that he's ashamed of the role? Because actors always appreciate good characters. He would have opted out voicing Lucas if he was ashamed, but he didn't. Which shows us that
he doesn't hate the character or the game. Stop making stupid assumptions because they don't make any sense. Okay, so let's move on to the next segment, which is shitting on other games. This so-called civil community trash talks about Elden Ring, Horizon, God of War all the time. It's been literally months since 2022 Game Awards happened, but still the whining hasn't stopped. Don't believe me? Look.
It looks like crap. Elden Ring is definitely crap, not even a debate. GOW is better, but still nowhere close to PT Requiem. It's essentially same as 2018's God of War, which was okay for its time. Today it's meh.
Oh, Elden Ring looks crap. If you saw that what I just showed you looks like crap, then you must take an appointment for an eye checkup. And they are saying for God of War Ragnarok that its graphics are same as that of God of War 2018. You know what? There are many comparison videos available on YouTube where they have compared God of War Ragnarok and God of War 2018 side by side. So you can watch those videos for seeing all the differences between Ragnarok and 2018. Is that clear? Dumbo. I think you all know that games like Elden Ring, Bloodborne and Dark Souls don't explain their lores directly to the player, unlike linear games, which explain their plot easily through their cutscenes. These games rarely have cutscenes, and if you want to understand their lore, then you have to go through the game's wiki or you can watch videos about it. And this is what makes these games different from the rest. This is what makes them outstanding. Tell me for yourself. What if Bloodborne was a linear game with a simple lore? Would it have received this much appreciation as it is receiving now? Would it have been remarkable as it is now? No, because its extensive and complex lore played a huge role in its success. But let's see what our civil community says about extensive lore.
It has in fact an extensive lore. The problem is that to understand the lore, you either have to spend 5 minutes reading each item description or you have to spend a whole day studying a wiki of the game.
I don't know how that is a problem. Like, this is how roguelike games are. Their complexity is what makes them unique, and hating them just because of long item descriptions is really dumb. It's not just about item descriptions. Again, I am repeating, think twice before coming to any stupid judgment.
Item descriptions alone won't cut it. I have played the game and explored its map enough that any other story driven game, open world or not, and RPG or not, would have told me much more by now.
Oh my god, like how many times do I have to say that Elden Ring is a roguelike? It's not a linear game. Soulsborne are different from normal open world games and RPG games. They should not be compared with normal open world and RPG games because they are completely different genre. And if you were expecting that a Soulsborne game will tell you about itself on its own, like how?
If I gotta read shit to get shit, then I'm not stopping to read it. It just becomes an obstacle to the gameplay. As I said, that's the problem.
Wow, look at this level of immaturity. You know what? If you don't know anything about Souls-like games, then no need to pass unnecessary comments which make absolute no sense. And if you want to pass comments, then make sure they contain facts. No need to ruin the image of Elden Ring with your third class so-called opinion, which is not even an opinion and is more like crap. Okay, let's move on further now.
I not finished HZD, found it broing.
Alright, you are ruining the image of Plague Tale's fandom, but at least don't ruin the image of English.
Aloy isn't interesting.
Okay, why Aloy isn't interesting? Do you even know anything other than vomiting baseless claims which absolutely have zero facts?
And I don't find robot dinosaurs interesting. I like Ashley, but she just sounds bored as Aloy.
What do you mean by Ashley sounds bored as Aloy? Let's hear about this from Ashley herself.
It feels really amazing to be reprising this role. Aloy is such a rich and interesting character. I think I really got into a rhythm with her, and sort of now I know where she sits and I know how to access her putting her in this new context. She's learned so much about herself from the first game and about the world. And now she has to step into this new role with different stakes. It's a bit of a balancing act in terms of like, you want her to feel like the same Aloy, but also a lot has changed.
So I don't think so that she was bored or anything.
And I hate traversal in HZD. I spent ages trying to get somewhere, struggling to climb stuff and holes that aren't real holes.
Wait a minute, what? Are you blaming the game for your own stupidity? Like hand holes are marked yellow and grey in Horizon. So if you fail to spot a hole, then it's your fault, not the game's fault. Okay, idiot. This doesn't end here. There's more.
My favorite girls in gaming. I bet it would be awesome. I bet Amicia would think Aloy is narcissistic. She's kinda, to be honest.
Oh, Aloy is a narcissist. But what is the meaning of narcissist? See for yourself. And now, I am asking all the Horizon fans that do any of you think that Aloy is like this? Do any of you think that she wants to save the world because she wants attention and want others to admire her? Do any of you think that? Looks like your brain is full of pellets due to playing too much Plague Tale. Don't you think twice before saying anything? Don't even know what word should be used for someone and when it should be used. But no, because our minds are so small, so we can only give baseless statements. I am literally on the verge. No, I have actually lost a ton of brain cells today.
Aloy is really annoying though.
Again, another stupid claim. If this is called giving opinion, then why the hell you get mad when any YouTuber or streamers calls Hugo annoying? Aren't they giving their opinion on him? So for you, they are dumb and stupid. But when you do the same, then, oh, it's just my opinion. Hypocrites. And again, I'm saying that opinion is something which is always based on facts and research. And this right here is not worthy enough to be termed as opinion. Hence, this comes under trash talking.
I love Ashley Burge, but she just sounds bored as Aloy.
Again, the same shit. I have just showed you clip that Ashley is not at all bored from Aloy.
She's kind annoying.
You know what? First decide that whether she's kind or annoying, okay?
And she doesn't stop talking during gameplay.
Oh, is that so? Let's take a look at Aloy's personality. Aloy is depicted as an introvert and introverts tend to talk with themselves. So this is actually a great attention to detail which is given by Gorilla. It's a good example of impressive character writing, and it's not like Aloy talks to herself all the time. It only happens at some specific moments or locations. For more information, you can play the game or can watch somebody playing it. But wait a second. What the hell is this?
Even if there is a justification, it isn't fun to watch or listen to.
This is the kind of reasoning which a 4th, 5th grade student uses, and you know what? You should have left this reasoning at 4th, 5th grade only. Now that you are adult, you have juniors at your college, so you have to leave this kind of dumb reasoning. Because if you don't, then your juniors will do your ragging.
I enjoy it when characters comment on things they do. It's why I hate Uncharted. Nathan isn't funny and he doesn't STFU.
Oh my god, I can't stand this anymore. I can't continue this further. Take care and bye bye. When a character is commenting on something, then it means that that character has got a personality. He has the ability to talk. However, if they blabber on all the things, then that can be annoying. And in Nathan's case, it's not like he comments on literally everything which he sees in the gameplay.
Drake is a complex character with plenty of weaknesses to balance out his strengths. He's very insecure about himself and his relationships, which may have been brought on his by mother dumping him and his brother at that orphanage without a word. He tries to disguise this with outward bravado and jokes. He gets a lot of character development over the course of the 4 games, which helps keep his character fresh and non-stagnant. While he isn't the best at showing it, he does care about those around him. This is shown when he's willing to throw everything away to save his brother, and how crushed he is when the possibility strikes him that Elena might never forgive him. He's a very funny character who provides a lot of dark humor to the games.
See, so saying that he doesn't STFU is justified here. And he doesn't talk 24/7. If you have played all the Uncharted games, then you might know that. And if you are saying this without playing them, then F off. First play them, then come and blabber about it, okay?
He's a good character though. Thought he was bland, generic and boring.
Oh, you seriously haven't played them, because Uncharted players like me know clearly that Nathan can be anything but can't be boring. Look at his personality type. See? Satisfied now? Stupid idiot. Where Aloy is annoying, Nathan is bland. Shut up.
Third Horizon is even more unnecessary IMO. Cause they put some random stuff in the end just so they had a reason to keep going with the franchisee.
Applause. A big applause. They put some random stuff. It was random. Okay, wait, let me show you how random it was. This article was published in April 2020, before Horizon Forbidden West was announced.
Amsterdam-based Gorilla had always desired to deliver a series of Horizon games, and a multi-part script was written. But the plan was only officially agreed after the original game's strong debut on PlayStation 4.
See? They had the script prepared when the first game released, so it wasn't random, it was pre-planned. If we go by your logic, then Plague Tale Requiem was even more unnecessary than another Horizon game, because Forbidden West ended at a cliffhanger. But Plague Tale Innocence ended at a happy ending. There was no cliffhanger. They didn't cure Hugo's macula just so they had a reason to continue the story, right? Try and do some research next time so that you can know that whatever shit you are saying is valid or not, okay?
We don't need Horizon 3 Forbidden Wild.
Forbidden Wild? What is Forbidden Wild? What the hell is Forbidden Wild? I mean, is it your job to make a clown of yourself? Oh, why I'm asking, because at this point it's pretty obvious.
Were super underwhelming. And they wanna make a third already when people don't want anymore. We don't need more.
Oh, is that so? Try saying this in the official Discord server of Horizon or any community which is related with Horizon. Go and try. I swear, they will give you a really nice warm welcome. If you will say this there.
The thing is, the Plague Tale universe doesn't revolve around Amicia.
Almighty Lord, if this is the case, then why your fandom gets mad when it comes to adding new playable characters?
I can certainly relate and understand. I felt that ending was completely forced just to open the doors for another game.
Again, the same shit again. You know what? You can rewind the video because this video is already getting long. So, I don't want to make it longer by explaining same thing multiple times. Let's move on now.
Did you ever even touch the Horizon series ever? Lol.
Okay, so here somebody is trying to defend Horizon. Let's see how this turns out.
Yes, I did. I can physically touch it for you if you want.
This is called irrelevant conclusion. It's a fallacy in which the person avoids the question and tries to divert the topic. Speaking of logical fallacies, let's take a look at this.
I'm gonna guess you didn't play it, lol. If you did, you'd realize there's basically a direct necessity for a third one as far as the franchisee goes. I'd really like to know where you got the underwhelming part from, lol. That necessity you are talking about only exists because of the forced ending they put.
Again the same shit, proof by assertion fallacy.
Like they introduced the threat that crosses the universe at the last minutes of the game. What is Aloy going to do unless they give her more plot armor than what she already has?
Okay, first of all, the threat is only for Earth, not for the universe. And that doesn't happen at the last minute of the game. It was in talks since the first Horizon game. In first Horizon, you can find data points in which Far Zenith project had been mentioned multiple times. And about plot armor, even if Aloy has it, then it's not at all an issue because plot armor is allowed for protagonist. Yeah, if a side character is having a plot armor, then that's an issue. And it's not like Aloy has a heavy plot armor. In Forbidden West, she almost died in a quest in which she saw Lost. Eric almost killed her, and in Horizon 1-2, she fell from a cliff and got owned by Helis. And Deathbringers in the final mission. Play it again, then blabber, okay?
Hey, calm down, don't go calling her a donkey. I am the biggest Horizon fan and I didn't attack people for not agreeing with me. Please be more respectful. It doesn't matter, some people don't like being called names unless they are your friends.
Oh, donkey is such a big insult. How the hell they called them a donkey? They fell into depression as soon as they heard that word. Donkey is such an offensive word, guys. Never use this word on anyone. I am warning you. Lol, they are talking about being respectful. I will show that how respectful you are. Just let me first finish this portion really quick.
Look, I have the dirtiest mouth and I always speak respectfully to strangers unless they are my friends. I wouldn't go insulating them.
Insulating?
Thanks for your dry sarcasm. Very clear to see, trust me. Triggered as you wish.
Seriously? By seeing their messages, I don't think that they are the one who are being triggered. To be honest, you are looking more triggered than them. Later, that person left the server, which was really understandable. Who wants to be in a community which is full of dumbasses after all? These guys were literally attacking him behind his back. See.
Okay then, at the end of APT3, I want Azobo to introduce a galaxy traveling macula variation, just so they have a reason to make a new game. Your logic is basically saying that just because they wanted to continue the series, it makes sense to give any reason to justify it.
What is this? No, seriously, what is this? I haven't seen such a dumb, stupid and senseless comparison in my entire life. I swear, basically this person is saying the same shit for the third time. I have already explained that Horizon games were meant to be a trilogy since the first Horizon, and this almighty is comparing that with Plague Tale 3, which is not even announced yet. A big applause.
We don't need trolls in here.
Yeah, there are plenty in this chat already.
This is why common sense and freedom of speech are slowly dying. People get mad when they are faced with opposite opinions.
Wow, how did you came to this nonsense conclusion that freedom of speech and common sense is dying? And what the hell freedom of speech has got to do with this convo? That guy simply kept his points in front of you, which is not against freedom of speech at all. What you do in this so-called community is against freedom of speech. Because you get mad at everyone who tries to prove you wrong, getting mad at anyone who speaks against APT, getting mad at anyone who tries to defend their favorite game. This is one of the most ironical statements I have seen on internet. Freaking hypocrite.
Imagine joining a server and the first message you write is an insult to someone else's discussion. Like, dude, who are you?
Yeah, like the word donkey is an insult. Even an elementary student won't get mad at this word, unlike you. It shows that your mindset is even narrower than that of an elementary student. Such a shame.
I honestly don't care. As soon as I see the argument isn't worth my time, I end it right there.
Exactly. This is what that person thought as soon as he read your messages.
No need to get violent. I just wish people could discuss something respectfully while giving good arguments. But most people get mad after 3 messages and resort to using ad hominem attacks and ignorance.
Oh my goodness. Ad hominem. Big words. Wow, what an intellectual. Let's see the meaning of ad hominem.
Argument or reaction directed against a person rather than the position they are maintaining.
Now let's take a look at the guy's messages. I don't see them doing any attacks on you, to be honest, and if you consider the word donkey to be an attack, then go and repeat elementary school and learn to use the word which should be used in a specific situation. Don't spit unnecessary shit about policies if you don't know anything about them. What you have done here is called strawman, which means that you didn't had anything to say to that person, so you created a misinterpreted argument by saying that they were using ad hominem. Search on Google that what are the basic argument fallacies, so that from the next time you will think twice before spewing any unnecessary shit from your loud mouth. Learned a new word, so started to flex it. Ad hominem.
I wasn't the one insulting anyone. I discussed with him respectfully. You can check the chat and tell me if I did anything wrong.
I can't imagine that how someone can consider the word donkey as an insult. Like seriously, I'm losing my brain cells today it seems.
Okay, I'm sorry I got that wrong. Still some people are assholes.
Oh look, just a minute ago, who was the one who was giving lectures about being respectful? Calling someone asshole just because their points made sense and yours didn't is a sign that you are a bigger one. And you are saying all this behind his back like a coward. Speaking of cowardice, these idiots talk shit about Christopher Judge too. They are mad because he won the award. This screenshot was taken in late May, which means that it has been 6 months since the Game Awards. And still here we have these salties crying. Charlotte last, wah! Let's see what they are saying.
It just dawned on me just how big of a theft Christopher Judge getting the award for voice acting over Charlotte actually was, and moreover just how atrociously overrated that guy seems in general. So today I bumped into some animated X-Men series that was on TV because there were kids watching. I got no idea what it's about honestly, but there was this scene with Magneto and his voice sounded very off and comedic to me, as if Kratos got into this superhero universe and possessed him. I couldn't take it seriously, it felt that bad. So I looked it up and indeed Christopher Judge voiced Magneto. It was all the usual out of a cape, oora oora groaning and shit. I mean seriously, his Kratos over Charlotte's Amicia.
Let's stop and take a look at Magneto's voice.
Girl has great power. She is a fine addition to our side. I am Magneto, and I have come to offer you sanctuary. Cores. Of course, adamantium is a metal. And I'm sure you must realize that I am the master of magnetism. Let's see who it is. Troll, Charles. She attacked us to absorb our powers, then wiped our minds with his power to cover it up. My surveillance cameras, they captured it all.
Where's the ura and groaning shit, huh? Let's take a look at Magneto's personality type.
Magneto is an INTJ personality type. He is the ultimate strategist and he carefully thinks about his actions. This personality is characterized by being regarded as being very smart, logical and analytical. They are known for being extremely independent and have a very bold personality. Are often perceived as being shy, loyal and very judgmental. This type of personality is characterized by having many interests but are also known to be very logical, analytical and practical in nature. They are commonly seen as very introverted and are known to be known for using their intelligence to solve problems.
See, he's an INTJ, which means that he has no anger issues. Seek a consultation because you are hearing things which are actually not there. And if you have problem with Kratos' groaning, then let me tell you about his personality type.
Kratos is like an ISTJ. He's practical, trustworthy and entirely dedicated to whatever cause he's undertaking, whether it is getting revenge on Zeus or spreading the ashes of his second wife Faye.
ISTJs don't get angry easily, but they are sure emotional and introverted. That's why we see Kratos shouting sometimes, because he shows his emotions by doing so. And it's not like he shouts and groans all the time. He only does that when he finds the need to, like when turning on Spartan Rage, when performing a finisher and when fighting. If you get Charlotte to voice a ISTJ character, then she will too sound like that, which you call boring and bland. Because this is how ISTJs are. They don't prefer to show their emotions often, but that doesn't make them boring. Their complexity and their less talkative nature is what makes them unique. And the voice actor has to keep this in mind while voicing an ISTJ, so that they could immerse themselves into the character. Understood, brainless? If not, then rewind this and keep watching it until your pea-sized brain grasps what I said. Okay, Salty, I am not the one who is saying this, they are themselves saying that. Okay, so you all might definitely know that every fiction, whether it's a movie, web show, anime or a video game, its fandom definitely makes memes about it, which is not a bad thing at all. Every fanbase does it. Even the die-hard fans do it, because nobody in the fanbase gets offended by them, because usually they are not meant to be taken serious unless they are about sensitive stuff. But our civil community have a problem in that.
Yeah, it depends on how the joke is presented. If you fail at it, then you are a sick individual. If you succeed, then you are funny.
First of all, memes and jokes are different. How does one becomes a sick individual just because being unfunny? Is it relevant to say that every unfunny person is a sick individual, huh? P-brains.
Dude is annoying because since coming to the subreddit, he's had bouts of spamming and overstuffing the whole sub with his memes, some of which he posted like 2 or 3 times a day. Not to mention that he actually made a totally separate subreddit just for his APT memes, yet continually relapses back to posting on the main sub.
Yeah, so what's the problem in that? Even Horizon has got a separate subreddit for memes, but nobody in the Horizon community is mad about it, unlike you. Every game has got memes on them, but none of their fans are mad about it, unlike you. Shows us that how civil and tolerant you are.
Dude has a library just of APT memes. I mean, APT is not that memeable, so I guess he's just cringe.
Doesn't matter how serious the fiction is, memes will definitely be made on it. It's the way it is, and there's nothing wrong in that, because memes are not an insult for them. So calling people who make memes cringe without any base or appropriate reason is really cringe. No, for real it is. Okay, let's move on. So y'all probably know that Charlotte and Logan voiced Jill and Joshua, which are the characters in Final Fantasy 16. Now, I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, so I won't comment on it, but I saw some cutscenes which I'm gonna show you now. And you have to tell me that whether you liked the voice acting or not. Okay, here we go.
You're going with them tomorrow, aren't you? Well, if you're not going to pray to Metia for your safe return, I shall just have to do it for you. There's going to be another war, isn't there? Since coming here, I've begun to take peace for granted. I assumed the war between our nations would be the last. But it never really ends, does it? But you'll be alright, won't you, Clive? You're a shield of Rosaria after all, and blessed by the Phoenix. Good night, Clive.
I was just tired. The Phoenix's flames are a gift. I mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
That's why. You were coughing this morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll do brilliantly.
I'll try.
Now personally, I really like this and it fits the characters and is really well done. It was good to hear Charlotte and Logan again, but in a different style. So I really appreciate it. Now, I'm gonna ask you that what did you felt about the cutscene which I just showed you? Some of you might say that it was okay. Some might say that it was average and some might say that it was really good. But did any of you thought while listening to that it was weird or it was awkward? Probably not, because in no way the voice acting is awkward or weird or anything. But our civil members of the civil community have problem in this also. Yeah, you heard me correct. They have a problem when their favorite VAs gets to voice new characters. Don't wanna believe me? See for yourself.
Not wanna be a party breaker or anything of that sort, but this feels so weird, awkward to me. Almost unwelcome, I should say. Not gonna lie, I'm happy for them, but hearing their voices in characters that aren't Amicia and Hugo rubs me the wrong way, exceedingly more than I thought it should. Their voices don't match the characters, IMO.
Wow, just wow. So you don't want them to voice any character other than Hugo and Amicia. There is something called diversity, okay? Hugo Amicia, Hugo Amicia, Hugo Amicia, Hugo Amicia. Don't wanna move on from Hugo Amicia. Idiots. Have some shame. This doesn't come under opinion. It comes under negativity. Because they don't sound weird at all. All the gamers on YouTube who played it didn't had any problem with the voice acting. Search Final Fantasy 16 walkthrough on YouTube, click on any video and you will see on your own. Try saying this in a Final Fantasy community. Come on, do it, okay?
They sound so weird, their voices don't match the characters in the game. And it's not because I'm used to them being Hugo and Amicia, it just feels so wrong, I don't know.
My lord, it feels wrong because you are a moron, ignorant, foolish and a narrow-minded human being. You can't see anything beyond Plague Tale, Hugo and Amicia. Your perception is so screwed up that you hate it when you see a different character who is being voiced by Charlotte or Logan because you are blinded by a plague, a type of macula which has infested your brain due to smoking too much APT. It has corroded your brain, that's why you are unable to stomach the voice acting, which is really well done. I wanna bang my head against something. Like, I don't know about your tolerance level, but these idiots are really testing my patience now. Anyways, let's see what shit they have got stored for us.
I feel like APT won't get popular due to less word of mouth and this fan base not being as annoying and pushy.
Oh look, they want the fan base to be annoying. What a great thing. No, seriously, this is marvelous, for real.
And what I mean by it is that the hardcore fan base aka us aren't annoying everyone in existence to play the game. Cause there are some game bases where they spread their game like gospel in uninvited places.
There is one simple answer for this dumb statement, and that is a phrase in my language which it translates to: when sun shines, it doesn't need to announce it to the stars that look, I'm shining. The stars get to know about its presence on their own. Just like that. Good games are recognized by the masses due to their uniqueness, not because of their fan bases spreading them like gospel or anything.
Still, a lot of people play games nowadays just because it's a trend or a popular herd mentality. It's a human thing, so it can never be changed.
See on your own. People play games because it's a trend. I don't even know that how should I respond to this. Gaming is not a trend. It's a choice of entertainment just like any other entertainment source. People play video games only if they like it, only if they enjoy it. And at the other hand, a trend is something which is really common among the masses. Even people who don't know shit about the elements in the trend practice it. For example, ChatGPT. But In gaming's case, not everyone is a gamer, hence it's not a trend or anything. And if you still want to stick with this nonsense statement, then you can go ahead and say public chat of any streamer that gaming is a trend and people only play games because it's a trend. Go ahead, do it. They will welcome you very wholeheartedly, okay? Gaming is a trend, don't know a damn thing about gaming, idiot. Okay, let's move ahead.
I don't like the Souls community. Any criticism is usually brushed off as get good or you don't understand the vision.
Okay, in Souls, which community you hate? Bloodborne community or Sekiro community? Dark Souls community or Elden Ring community? Or maybe Demon Souls community? Which one? Have you ever been in any Souls community subreddit or Discord? If not, then STFU. Keep your judgmental nose out of it, because in Souls community, people help each other to beat the bosses, and they also help new players to go through the game. For proof, you can check out the comment sections of YouTubers who tried Souls games for the first time. Nobody in the CC says get good. Everybody tries to help them understand the lore and the game. So saying that Souls community sucks, kindly think thrice. Because I don't think so that you know damn thing about Souls community. Go in any Souls Discord server or Reddit, then talk, okay? Brainless. And look at the above message, which is basically saying retarded bots for the Last of Us community. What the fuck is this? Like, what if I say the same here for Plague Tale community, huh? I am not a die-hard Last of Us fan, but saying this for the entire community is something which only a person without brain cells would do. I am making this video for this particular server only, not for the entire APT fandom. So how can you say this term for the entire Last of Us fandom? Shameless cuck. Alright, let's see more now.
Social media has done more wrong than good in my eyes, hence my strong dislike of it. A lie is told and you have no way to stop it.
Can you prove it? Where's the proof? Tell me how social media has done more harm than good. By looking at this server, it's proven that social media has done more harm than good. Okay, let's get serious now. There's a very simple explanation which can disprove this stupid claim in seconds. For example, let's say Andrew Tate posted something on his social which promotes misogyny and patriarchy. Now tell me honestly, who is wrong here? Whose fault is here? Tate or that social media on which he posted that stuff? Who should we blame? Of course, we will blame Tate, because why would I blame an entire platform for just a fault of a user? Social media is a platform on which we see all type of people, good and evil, but that doesn't mean that we can call all the social media platforms bad just because of some cucks. It's simply not wise to call social media and internet a bad thing, because internet played a really important role in the time of pandemic, when going out was risky and it was not easy for everyone to go to pharmaceutical stores for buying medicines. So online services played a major role in that. There were online schools and classes for preventing the loss of education. Even kids who don't have access to proper education can now use internet and YouTube for learning. It's more easier to look for jobs via internet. Online resumes and interviews are now possible, which makes things easier for people who are unable to come physically at the offices. Applications like Discord has allowed us to chat with people of other countries and regions. Hence, we can develop a bond of equality with the help of that. We can make countless friends and can share a lot of things with them. If you want to become a graphic designer or an artist, then you can share your work with the people of your own community and can even open your own brand with the help of social media. Content creation can be a really good form of career, and gaming market wouldn't have grown this much without social media and internet. This includes Plague Tale 2. If social media never existed, then Plague Tale 2 would have never been this much popular. It would have barely completed 20 players if not for social media. I hope that this is clear to you. And yeah, I know that Twitter has a lot of homophobes in it, but we should not forget that there are also people who retweet their tweets and roast them badly. Keep that in mind.
80% of my online presence is literally me in this chat.
Oh, then shut your judgmental mouth if you don't know anything about social media. Try and explore it a bit, then talk, idiot.
I just find it unworthy of wasting time on it. People spend too much time texting each other, taking mundane pictures to seek likes and views.
Okay, let's stop here. So, no, what the hell is wrong in that? Is it a crime? Tell me, is it a crime? What's wrong in texting? If they are talking with their friends via internet, then what's wrong in that? And what's wrong in sharing pictures? Are you jealous that they are more successful than you? Huh? Even Charlotte shares pics on social media, and it's a completely legal thing. Nothing is wrong in that, nothing. And who the hell are you to judge people for that, idiot? Let's move on.
They will follow stupid trends and be mindlessly scrolling for hours, just consuming what I find to be useless content.
Okay, again, what trends? What kind of trends? There are multiple types of trends. Trends in gaming, trends in music, trends in fashion, trends in sports. So what type of trend you are referring to here? You literally don't have a single clue of a freaking thing you are saying, and here you are spewing lectures for which nobody asked for and pretending to be intellectual. Foolishness at its finest. Let's move further what this idiot has to say.
I sometimes feel such an outcast when near my colleagues. I have questions about social media that I won't even bother to ask because I know they would call me a caveman for not knowing it. Truth is, they care a lot about it. I don't care at all.
Ah, close-minded. That's called being close-minded. Not being keen to learn about new things, not trying to see things from others' perspective, judging something without having any context and knowledge. I am really surprised that you are really proud of this type of thinking. I appreciate your overconfidence and ignorance. Now we are moving to the last segment of the video. If you are watching the video till now, then I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you have listened to all the points which I stated till now with attention, then thank you so much. I appreciate it. So before moving to this segment, I would like to give a short warning that I may get aggressive in this part because these people have done such a loathsome thing that I have to try and prevent myself from getting out of control. Let me explain that what is the case here. An argument started between person A and person B. I am saying A and B because I can't reveal the names. Okay, so an argument started and B called A hopeless, about which A has mentioned here. Apparently A is autistic, which they had mentioned multiple times in the chat, which I am gonna show later. So then a fight broke out between A and B, about which we are gonna discuss now.
I mean, you do seem to make autism your entire personality.
Wait a second. The discussion which was happening previously had nothing to do with their autism. Then why the hell you are saying that they are making autism their entire personality? Let's see what does autism mean.
A mental condition in which a person finds it difficult to communicate or form relationships with other people. Autism or autism spectrum disorder refers to a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech, and non-verbal communication. According to the Centers for Disease Control, autism affects an estimated 1 in 36 children in the United States today.
See, this is what autism means. It can influence someone's personality in many ways, and different people have different ways of dealing with it. So autism is a part of the personality. Not necessarily the entire personality, but it can influence personality. Okay, so your stupid point right here is debunked already. Let's move on now.
What the hell does that have to do with what I just asked you? Also, it's a part of my identity, as it's literally my brain. And the same goes for you.
So now this person pointed out their mistake.
Your comment earlier was in no relation to my question. I asked if you still thought I was hopeless because you were quick to judge me.
So they called him hopeless, hence he's defending himself, which is pretty natural, I must say.
I think by focusing so much on your autism, you tend to forget what is right in front sometimes.
Oh my goodness, how someone can be this stupid? How the hell one can forget the meaning of right and wrong due to autism? Is it proven anywhere? On what basis you are saying this? Brainless idiot. And the same person then admits that they called him that. They are not even apologizing for that. Such a shameless behavior. Okay, let's see what they have got to say.
Since I was explaining so much, they still didn't get it.
Oh almighty, you are the most intelligent person in this world. Aristotle, Plato, and all the philosophers and scientists who had breathed on this planet are just a tiny speck in front of your greatness, my lord.
That it happens with me by focusing so much on my own mind and autism. I forget to actually learn and develop my own skills and thinking.
Wow, just wow. Listen guys, if you have depression, then you must forget the fact that you are depressed. And boom, you will recover before you even know. Applause. A big applause for this genius. What the hell does focusing on autism has got to do with this conversation? Like, is it your habit to talk about out of context things? Idiot.
You are literally not making any sense. My autism had nothing to do with the fact that you thought I was hopeless because I wasn't understanding something.
Yeah, exactly, I agree. Again, this guy is spitting facts. Autism had nothing to do with that conversation. There are many people who have difficulty in understanding certain topics, but not all of them are autistics. But It's impossible to explain that to brainless idiots like these two right here.
You are making a big problem out of nothing.
Oh, but who is to be blamed for the problem? Your other bully friend, right? Because we can clearly see that it was them who brought the topic of autism.
I don't know, I didn't read the chat, brush it off.
Look at the hypocrisy. At one hand, they are saying that they haven't read the chats, and at the other hand, they are being biased as hell while pretending to be non-biased.
Not a big deal.
Oh really? Would you have said the same if you were in their place? Never mind it.
I mean, whenever you are here, it usually kind of ends up into a discussion about it. Just something I have noticed.
What is this? What kind of response is this? And how can you say this without any proof and base? Huh? Foolish.
I do agree somewhat that he talks about it often, but it's just him being excited about it.
Excuse me? What the hell? Is autism a thing to be excited about? Oh wow, I have autism, I'm really excited. Yay! Shut up! Got no brain cells for real.
Because I focus on how to use my strengths rather than preaching.
Hold on. I don't recall them preaching about autism. In which world you are living? No, seriously, I think that you are high or something. It's you who is misinterpreting things, not them.
In reality, it doesn't concern anyone. You just get on how you need to.
Oh my god, this means that mental health disorders such as autism and depression don't concern the person who is suffering with it. Wow, what a fabulous logic is this. A big salute to your ignorance. People can literally hate themselves and their lives due to autism and depression, and here we have cucks like these on internet spewing shit that they don't concern anyone. STF, you idiot. I am myself someone who is going through depression and this really hurted me. I seriously can't imagine that how brainless someone can be. I seriously can't. It doesn't concern anyone. Mind is full of shit, it seems.
It doesn't concern anyone because they are ignorant. Most of the world doesn't even understand how autism works.
I can't describe how true this is. Depression and other mental health disorders are still termed as made-up disorders by the society. Even after clinically proven by psychology and neuroscience, it's just sad.
Choosing to stay awkward and socially anxious is wrong. I'm going to live the rest of my life normally.
Homo sapiens, aka humans, are a social species, I agree. But the extrovert tag should not be forced upon every human. Every brain is different. Some are social, whereas some are not. Social anxiety is pretty natural. One can overcome it, but it takes a lot of time for that. And social anxiety is a real thing which is proven multiple times in psychology. And also there is nothing wrong in being an introvert. It's a matter of personal choice. Whether you want to be social or not, it's not a requirement or a necessity. If one is comfortable in being antisocial, then it's okay for them. If one is someone who likes to meet new people and make friends, then it's totally okay too. But saying that being antisocial or being social is wrong is really stupid, false and pointless, because antisocial people are no different from normal humans. They eat, they work, they can speak, they can motivate themselves, they have a brain and a heart, which is totally normal. And I'm amazed that how you have said here that I'm gonna live my life normally. Like, antisocial people don't live their lives normally. They are not aliens or animals, idiot. And how the hell did you came to this judgment that they are wrong and not normal? Have you done some sort of psychological research on this? No need to spew unnecessary garbage from your judgmental mouth. If you lack common sense and brain, ignorant fool.
Autism is a mental thing, it can be changed.
First of all, autism doesn't have a cure. There are a lot of treatments available for it which can reduce its effects. Unfortunately, we don't have a cure yet. So saying that it can be changed or whatever is stupid AF, which only an ignorant idiot will say. And autism is a genetic disease which is more than just a mental thing. If you don't have any knowledge, then shut your trap. So these two idiots are forcing him to become social, which he doesn't want. And hence a fight is going on. Let's move on.
Communication between autistics and allistics isn't the same.
True. Autistics tend to be more shy in conversations. For more info on this, you can read these two paragraphs which I have showed on screen here. Okay, let's move now.
It's not acceptable to live in a way where you can't communicate with people properly.
The fuck you just said? What about the people who can't speak by birth? What about the people who stutter while speaking? Should they be neglected, according to you? And why the hell it's not acceptable? Just tell me the reason, and who the hell are you to decide that, huh, shameless? Didn't even thought twice before writing this stupid shit. Imagine how demotivating this message was for the other person who is arguing with them. I seriously can't believe that something like this is allowed in a public server. The moderators are really stupid, no for real.
You can't just expect society to change, you're gonna have to do a lot of work to do that.
Again, who is talking about changing the society? Where did this came from now? Literally nobody talked about changing the society. But again, it's their habit to use fallacies and bring unnecessary shit in an argument. Idiot.
The world doesn't revolve around us.
Again, that guy never said that world revolves around him or anything. They are just simply saying that they don't want to become social. That's it. Now, if you want to take offense like a Karen, then it's your fault, okay?
I don't care whether or not society changes, I'm just going to be my authentic self and I don't care whether or not someone approves or disapproves.
Facts. 100% facts. The important thing in life is to be happy. Now, if someone is happy by not socializing, then it's totally okay. Sad that some cucks don't understand it and want to force others to socialize. For example, these two right here.
Having ways to understand other people isn't wrong. I'm trying to show you how to help yourself, not change who you are.
No, you are not trying. If you were just trying, then you wouldn't have called antisocial people unacceptable. Okay? Don't try to sound innocent now.
I am sorry, Avenger, but I think you are holding yourself back.
Oh, is that so? Nobody holds themselves back. It's the anxiety who does that. If you have anxiety, then you might know this better. Everyone wants to get over anxiety, but it's not easy to do that. That's why we go for therapy. Is that clear? If not, then read about that, what is anxiety and how it works, then come and talk. Okay, idiot?
Don't let it dictate your life.
Try and put yourself in their shoes, then say this, okay?
I'm done having this conversation. I can't stand to listen to this BS anymore.
Okay, so this dude is trying to end the discussion, which is totally understandable. I mean, who wants to argue with two idiots at once? Not me. Okay, moving on now.
Won't you choose to improve what you lack? I'm choosing to improve.
Again, I'm saying that if they want to become social, then they shall only do it when they find the need to. Only if they are happy to be social. If they are not, then they shall live as an introvert. It's a matter of personal choice. Man, I just can't describe that how stupid, worthless and pointless discussion this is. A person doesn't want to become social, but two people came out of nowhere and are telling him to become social. Seriously, such a disappointment.
You're brainwashed by thinking that you having a different mind makes you weak.
Okay, first of all, they never mentioned that they consider themselves weak. Secondly, antisocial people don't socialize not because they consider themselves weak or anything. They simply don't do it because they don't like it. It's just that. And anxiety and depression are other reasons.
Continue to believe that you're weak. That's what society wants you to think.
Okay, here I have to disagree because not all people in society are like that. We still have wholesome people.
You see what I mean? You're making autism your whole personality.
Again, this is a false claim. They never said that autism is their personality. They only said that it's a part of their identity.
It's not who you are, it's a part of you who you are. Don't let it hold you.
Same shit again. How many times do I have to say that nobody wants anxiety to hold them back? Because autism and anxiety can distort a person in many ways, and it takes a while for a person to recognize the anxiety. Also, anxiety is something which is next to impossible to control. That's why we take help from counselors and therapists. Understood, dummy?
Good luck changing society. Gradual awareness will help. Yes, outside.
Wait. Nobody said that they want to change the society. Stop using strawman fallacy, Dumbo.
I'm accepting myself and living as who I am. You wanted to turn me into something else. I hope you have fun with that.
Very good.
I was trying to explain something a lot. They weren't getting it, so I called them hopeless and suggested it was cause of their mind thinking and autism. Then it spiraled about autism, society and changing who you are.
Yeah, so you are admitting that all this shit started because of you. Good job. And you are not even apologizing for bringing this topic without any apparent reason. Like, imagine not having brain cells.
They is grammatically wrong. I used they. Didn't know his gender. Still wrong, he's he. You typically use they when you don't know their gender. It avoids making an certain answer. It's bullshit.
You know what? Your tiny speck-like brain can't grasp the meaning of pronouns. Let me show you.
When someone uses they, them as their pronouns, it means that you should refer to them with those pronouns. Even if you think the person looks like a he or a she, the appropriate thing to do is to use the pronouns that a person informs you are the right ones for them.
Because they them pronouns are not gendered. You may safely assume that a person who uses them doesn't want to be referred to by gendered pronouns. You can't really assume anything else about the person's gender. That's because there are many reasons why a person might be best suited with non-gendered pronouns. Historically, we have used they them pronouns since 1375, if not before, according to the Oxford Dictionary. It was used in writing all the way back then to refer to a singular person, not only a group of people. Understood, brainless? If not, then go for English coaching. That's fine. I just said that because we don't need to fill the chat with an hour-long heated argument. Yeah, like the chat is very welcoming and friendly, idiot. That's what I'm trying to tell him, to improve yourself and not let society or autism hold you back. Same shit again. You know what? Just rewind the video because I'm tired of explaining and the video is getting really long. So, I ain't gonna repeat myself for this cuck again. He thinks by improving yourself, you acknowledge society norms. He never meant that. All he was saying that he doesn't want to be social, and if the society wants to judge him for that, then also he's not going to change himself. This is what he meant. Funny how they are trying to misunderstand him just to show that they won the argument. Applause. Can you teach me how to use fallacies in such a precise way? I also want to become a P-brain. Can you be my master? Please, Lord Brainless. Plus, society norms go against any type of improvement. Okay, where's the proof? Oh, sorry, you are the Almighty. Forgive me for speaking against you, my lord. Okay, moving on. Like you really gonna nominate Elden Ring over Requiem? Yeah, so Elden Ring is a great game too, and it deserved to get nominated. Requiem 2 deserved it, but unlike your shitty mentality, I respect all the great games. So, for me, Elden Ring winning was amazing too. Keep living in your fantasy land and don't tell me how I live mine. Then why the hell you were lecturing him about that, how he should live, if you hate when someone does the same to you, huh? Freaking hypocrite. You are the one who is living in a fantasy actually, not him, idiot. Fuck your autism, I don't need you to hold me back. I am living my life to the fullest and you're stuck with an excuse of being autistic is somehow dictating your life. Wow, so this dumbass is literally calling autism an excuse. Applause. Now I know that for sure that you are 100% brainless. You are calling a disorder an excuse, whose existence is proven by science. What an absolute menace. Can't you see I'm trying to help you to be free from the lies of yourself being autistic isn't an excuse to hold yourself from living life. You need to find a way around it and use it to your advantage. First of all, you are not helping him at all. You are a bully. You are only trying to show yourself in a good side, in which you are certainly failing. Secondly, you are nobody to lecture him about that how he should live his life. And third, autism and other mental health disorders are not an excuse. They are clinically proven, and if you think that they are an excuse, then you should go to a clinic. Blind people found a way to enjoy life and not let their disabilities hold them. But they do accept the fact that they are blind instead of treating it like a lie, because accepting your disorders is the first step towards treating them. Keeping an attitude like, it's just a lie, is only going to make things worse. If you have a fever, then you should go to a doctor instead of just sitting at home and saying, it's just a lie, I won't let it hold me back. Understood? Shameless idiot. Have some shame. You have been bullying a person who is already suffering from mental health issues, and instead of providing support, you are lecturing them, idiot. Shut the fuck up, both of you, take it to DMs. This guy tried to calm the argument but failed. Man, fuck off, I'm trying to help his ass. He's just hating on me. Yeah, we can see that what sort of help you are providing. Lecturing about meaningless things doesn't mean providing help. And if he's hating you for that, then it's totally understandable. Ignorant fool. This person just insulted my autism, which is kind of discrimination, while also seemingly being autistic themselves. I don't appreciate their direct insult to my being. Okay, so this guy pinged the mode, which is totally natural because anybody would have done the same. No one likes to get bullied, but unfortunately the moderators are useless. They don't give a damn whether someone is getting bullied or someone is trash talking. They don't give a fuck. I won't hold back when someone insults my autism while also being a hypocrite. Yeah, exactly. You could just ignore him, and as the person above me has said, we are tired of this. Brush it off and forget it. What if you were in his situation and somebody else told you the same? Just ignore. Would you have kept this attitude? Huh? Moron. Also, I just find it perplexing how nobody here, not even the other autistics, seem to care that he said, "Fuck your autism." Bro, that's because this community is full of shit. They just pretend to be friendly, but they are not. I have been having a busy day and I am not obligated to stick up for you. Of course not, because you are ignorant. Only when someone does it to you, do you give a shit. Man, facts. Straight up facts. If the same happened to either of them, then they will cry for justice. I am pretty sure. Sometimes people aren't gonna do shit for you. No problem, I hope no one helps you when you are in need. This may sound harsh, but for me he's saying right, because he asked for help from others when he was being bullied and nobody helped him. And now when he's saying the same for them, then they are taking offense. What a bunch of hypocrites. Dude, can you please just move on? Oh, is that so? Then why the hell you were abusing that previous guy who was arguing with you about Horizon? Why you were talking shit even after he left the server? Why didn't you moved on then? If somebody else insults you, then you will trash talk about them entire time. But if somebody from your own community bullies someone and lectures them about useless stuff, even after the other person is feeling uncomfortable, then you will tell him to ignore and move on. Wow, shameless cucks, piece of shits. You change colors quicker than a chameleon. People like these not only ruin the image of social media, but also makes it an uncomfortable place for other people. So sad to see that a masterpiece like Plague Tale has to have these people in its fan base. So unfortunate. Speaking of Plague Tale, they have spoken a lot of beautiful things for our dear Hugo. Wanna see? Yeah, fuck Hugo. Yes, of course, it was very easy to slingshot him. I'm only joking, but he was hella annoying in the first game. Not so bad in this one. Yeah, agreed, I'm hoping they portray him better in the show they are making. I haven't seen such a disgraceful video game community in my life. Hugo is a 5-year-old. How can you expect him to act like mature people? If he behaves like a kid, then that's totally understandable. And he's not at all annoying. A typical 5-year-old too would behave like Hugo, because it's pretty natural for kids. Doesn't even know such a basic thing. What a waste. A Discord community should provide its members a safe environment where they could talk with others in a friendly way and can discuss and vent about their problems too, so that other members could relate and help them by talking about it. And if someone is getting bullied, then they try to defend them, unlike you who just watch the drama shamelessly. Humans helps one another if they are going through any type of trouble. This is what makes us different from animals. But here we have these arrogant cucks. Great work, a big applause. I love Japan, modern and historical, but anime is like the worst and cheesiest thing ever. Yeah, homophobia, misogyny, war aren't the worst things ever. Anime is worst, okay? Phew. Finally, we are reaching towards the end of this video. Before that, let's answer some criticisms which were done by these people. They were talking about me behind my back in the server due to this video I made. Let's see what they have got to say. I know, I'm just a bit hurt by how harsh they are being. The quotes he's saying were never said. Wow, if this piece of crap was harsh for you, then I will advise not to watch this video. Which quotes I said, by the way? Those were not quotes, first of all. They were just claims. And secondly, can you prove that they were never said? If Azubo's not doing this, then I won't play the game. Nobody said that. Okay, so when I said this line in that video, I never said that any of the fan is saying that. What I meant is that they should not keep this attitude that if Azubo is not doing this, then I won't play the game. It was never said in the video that anybody is saying this line. It was meant to be a state of mind, not words. Is that clear? Moron. I am against obsession, but he seems awfully obsessed with calling us ignorant. Excuse me, what? I am obsessed with calling you ignorant? I only made that video and this one because I love Plague Tale, not that because I am obsessed with calling you ignorant or whatever. Now he's saying that we are hating on other games for winning awards. I don't recall anyone doing that. Oh, for that I have already provided the proof which was showed in this video. I can show you again if you want. Here we go. Enjoy this, fool. It's hypocritical. Yeah, just like you. So I'm stuck at work right now, but I'm hearing a lot of discussions about this video and I'm wondering if I should set aside time to watch it, and since what I've seen is mostly negative, don't waste your time, best advice in this case. Yeah, talk shit about it without watching it. Such a good approach for criticizing something. Exactly what I expected from a civil community like this. Do it if you are curious, but yeah, it's mostly brain dead from one end to the other. First of all, video can't be brain dead. It's not a living thing. It lacks a brain, just like you do. Lol, that video is from this Discord's member IG. What's so lol thing in it? Are you even sane at this point? Like, what the fuck? And yeah, I was in the server for a while because I wanted to join a Plague Tale community, but it was one of the greatest mistakes of my life. It's very likely it's the same name and the PFP is also the same but with different colors. You know what? You should not use this much brain. It's not good for your health. Did you watch the video? Does he mean this Discord by saying community? I only watched part of the video, not sure if it was targeting this Discord particularly, but it's also likely. If you didn't watch the full video and you are judging it without having knowledge about it, then STFU. And yeah, from the next time, if you want to trash talk about me, then don't do it behind my back like cowards. I will drop my server's link in the description. Come in and we'll have a nice chat. But don't do this cowardice because I hate it and it's disgusting. If I had a choice that rather I have my server dead all the time or rather I have a community like this, then I will happily choose my server to be dead, because it's better to have a dead server rather than a one which is full of toxic and ignorant cucks. Speaking of servers, if you want to join a Plague Tale community, then let me recommend you a really nice and wholesome Discord server. Introducing Plague Tale Misfits and the Rejects. This is a small but a really cozy server. The surprising thing is that this server doesn't have any moderator, yet it's far better than this piece of junk. There are less members but really wholesome ones. The owner is really interactive with server members and is a very nice person. Discussions about games such as APT, Horizon, Mass Effect, Soulsborne, God of War, Red Dead Redemption, etc. happens there all the time. Not only this, they have a separate channel for fan fictions too. The best thing is that this server treats everyone equally. You can also discuss about your problems with the server members, and I'm pretty sure that they will try to help you out with that. And not only this, you will also find me in this server. I am its member since 2022 and I enjoyed staying here since then. So go and join it if you are looking for a welcoming Plague Tale community. Another Plague Tale community is The Coop, which is none other than Anna Dimitriou's official Discord server. It's full of really nice and welcoming messages. It has got a support 10 channel in which you can vent about a lot of things. Not only this, you can talk about anything in the general chat as long as it doesn't violate the server rules. Anna is also highly interactive with this community. She comes in the general chat and talks with the members every day. So go on, join it now, and remember that you will find me in this server too. See you there. And these are not any paid promotions, let me clear this. I am recommending you these servers wholeheartedly because after this video, you might wish to join a better Plague Tale Discord server. So, as a YouTuber, it's my job to recommend you the right thing. Anyways, time to wrap up this video. The members of that server always talk trash about Reddit members being toxic. However, Reddit is not free from toxicity too. For example, in this thread, you can see that some people are trash talking about Elden Ring and Christopher Judge. And you can see the amount of upvotes too. So, Reddit is toxic too, but still a better place than the yuck Discord. If I were to show all the screenshots from Reddit, then the video will become really bland and boring. So, sorry, I can't. In the end, I will only say that which I said at the starting too, that a single drop of poison can make an entire glass of milk poisonous. So, it's important to talk about and especially to speak against toxic communities like these. This video was made because I love Plague Tale, is that right? Okay, time to end the video here. Sorry it turned out to be really long, but I wanted to give it my best. Take care and bye bye.